With the recent release of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe has officially ended. So today, I'm joined by Aaron and Woodruff as we rank all of the Phase 4 projects from worst to best. This ranking will include the Disney Plus shows, the movies, and the special presentations. However, it will not include the I Am Groot, Disney Plus shorts, or What If, as those have very loose connections, if any, to the main MCU canon storyline. As obvious, everyone has different opinions, so everyone's list will be different to ours. But feel free to express your opinion down in the comments. And of course, this video will contain spoilers for all of the Phase 4 projects in the MCU. So, grab a drink, kick back and relax, and enjoy our rankings on these projects. Alright, we might as well get this started, man. This list is gonna be a fun time. So Woodruff, who you got first, man?
So at number 17, rounding out the bottom of the list, I'm going to start off strong and say WandaVision. Just it is the worst thing I've ever fucking watched. It was an absolute fucking pain to sit through all of those fucking episodes. What was it? 12 episodes, right? I think. And then they were like, oh, 9? Okay. But like, holy shit, was it painful to get through. Like, every single episode was like a different era, and it's like, cool, who really cares about that shit? But it's basically it's the whole plot of Multiverse of Madness, but just expanded out into a show that just never needed to happen. Like, they could have just fucking put that in the beginning of Doctor Strange and it would have worked out fine. Like, now we have Agatha, now we have to watch a fucking Agatha show, and I'm like, I can't bring myself to do this, dude. I don't want to watch an Agatha show. There's really nothing that happened in the show that's like really too big to the story. Like, she gets the Darkhold at the end. White Vision comes in. He gets all the memories from fucking other Vision that's not even real. So he's basically just downloading what Wanda thinks Vision was like in his head, and that's who he is now. I don't fucking know, but yeah. But they had the chick from Thor in it. That's cool. Even though there were rumors that Mephisto would be in it, that never came true. And yeah, there you go. That's my little rant about how much I fucking hate WandaVision.
Just overall disappointment.
Can't wait to follow that up once I put it on my list, because I got some things to say about that shit too.
I just wanted John Krasinski in that.
All right, so at the bottom of my list, and I promise I'm not being that guy, right? But I have She-Hulk at the absolute worst of Phase 4. And it's not because of Megan Thee Stallion, it's not because of twerking, it's because the writing on that show is the worst writing I've ever seen in an entire Marvel project. And the finale, at first I was like, this is her character, this feels good. And, we got a little bit of Matt Murdock. I'm glad that we got some Daredevil in there, but I have never sat through a Marvel show and or movie and been like, man, this shit's a chore. And that's what it was. Every week it was like, damn, I really got to watch that new episode of She-Hulk. And every time the credits rolled, I was like, they're not going to have an end credit scene. And I bet if they do, it's going to be really pointless. And that's exactly what it was every time. It either didn't have one or just complete. And then, come on, did you guys see the hairline on Hulk's son? That was ridiculous. But
man, Stanley did him dirty.
Oh, all right, man. I mean, I'm not gonna spoil it, but She-Hulk's not too far from my bottom. But my bottom, my worst was Miss Marvel. So, like you said, not trying to be that guy, but this show just had nothing that highlighted. This was the, out of all the shows, the one that was the biggest chore to watch. Like you said, every week I'm like, damn, I gotta watch this episode. I gotta watch this, and it didn't have anything for me. Where She-Hulk and some of these other shows had a little bit of something where I'm like, oh, at least they have that. This show didn't have any of that shit. It has nothing. The only closest thing it has to it is they dropped the mutant word. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just not a big fan of the young kid storyline. I know that's her origin, but this wasn't it for me, man. This was the worst pile of shit I had to sit through for the MCU, and that's the worst thing on the list for me.
So coming up second to last at number 16, I have Black Widow. I really wanted to like the movie. It's not really its fault for being so bad. The fact that COVID really fucked the entire production of the show, not show, but movie over. But it visually looks like dog shit. It came out while I was sitting on my couch, so I didn't watch it in the movie theater. Um, and they single-handedly ruined Taskmaster for the rest of history because there's no coming back from that. I don't even know why the fuck they thought Taskmaster was just gonna be like one of the random chicks that went to fucking whatever school for Black Widowing that they were doing. But man, it's just not good. They could have used Taskmaster in like Deadpool or like Spider-Man. It would have made so much more sense. I don't know. This it didn't it. We at least we got Florence Pugh out of it, you know.
That's
That's about all I can say. There's nothing really memorable in that movie because I don't know. Taskmaster just really, really ruined it for me, and the fact that production was fucked up and the CGI looked like complete dog shit. That's why it's so low. But we did get Hopper. We did get Hopper from Stranger Things. So cool.
All right, fair. You made very valid points. Although I'm a fan of Black Widow, it's a little bit higher in my list. No spoilers, but I will say coming up at my 16 slot, I have Thor: Love and Thunder, and I remember, I didn't have too much high expectations, just because the director Taika Waititi, anything he touches, I really don't like. Ragnarok, I feel like he just got really lucky. Like he just kind of had to make a movie before Infinity War, and I think that the flaws in Ragnarok don't show as heavily because it led up to right to Infinity War. You know what I mean? So going into Thor: Love and Thunder, I said this is going to have the most jokes in any Marvel movie, and that's exactly what happened. This was a comedy. It's hard to even call this thing a superhero movie. Not to mention the floating head, man, that is the worst. Like Black Widow had a lot of CGI issues, but like looking at that in the movie theater, I said, man, they spent 12 they hired an editor and they said, "Do you have like free software that we can use to just put a floating head in there?" The the climax before they go into that spirit realm thing, where he gives all the powers to the kids, that shit was just so cringy and just, I don't know, man. They wasted, like, they could have talked about so much more gods that Thor could have had a lot more conflict other than, look at it like this. When Thor gets stripped down and Valkyrie and Natalie Portman are like, they're enjoying themselves. If they did that to Natalie Portman, this movie would be canceled very quickly. Very quickly. If it was completely swapped, this movie would have like been canceled. The MCU probably wouldn't exist anymore. But I don't know, with the end credits scene with her in Valhalla, I don't really know what the fuck that's setting up, but overall, very, very big disappointment, and I think it is the worst Marvel movie of Phase 4.
Me, the next second to last worst thing, I'm going She-Hulk. Just you hit it pretty much on the nail, dude. Like, show was just so fucking terrible to watch, and the twerking aside, right? The Megan Thee Stallion twerking aside, like the whole fucking episode where the elf is like on Earth and she's got to defend it, like completely just stupid shit. I said, what am I watching? So really hated that. And the only highlight of this show is the first episode, which I thought started out strong, and then Daredevil episode.
Yep.
Everything else is just fucking bullshit. Even the finale is like, but I mean, we got to see Abomination again. That was cool, but that's the only reason that it isn't last place, because we got some Daredevil. We got to see Hulk. With you, Aaron, about the fucking scar hairline. That shit was fucked up. And
That
yeah,
was
man.
horrible.
You said I could go on for hours and hours on this shit, but I'm gonna cut this short. She-Hulk second to last.
All right.
All right, so what I got number 15, I got Eternals. There's really not much to say. Everyone knows how shit this movie was. I really just didn't understand how the fuck they were gonna have them not fuck with Thanos, even though he was fucking with the world with a Celestial being born on it. The whole point of them is to make sure that the Celestial is born, but they're like, what if we just killed half the population that it needs to fucking be born in the planet? But yeah, there was nothing really memorable about it. They just kind of left an entire thing, the Celestial coming out of the Earth, and it was just never mentioned again. They're like, yeah, we all know how shit this movie was. We don't really need to mention it. I think actually, I think on She-Hulk, on one of the side things on the computer for like half a second, it mentioned something about the fucking Celestial coming out of the fucking Earth. So I take that back.
Yeah, that's right. That's
It
right.
was mentioned, but I don't know. Um, I there's nothing. I don't even know how to explain it anymore. There's just nothing to it. I really just sat through the longest movie of fucking all time for no payoff. What the fuck was the end? It was the night guy getting his sword, and Blade was like, "Sup, dog." Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And they all get
I don't
captured
know.
by the fucking Celestial guy. That's about all I remember.
And they got
Yeah.
that sugar or watermelon sugar guy. They got Harry
Oh
Styles.
yeah,
Man.
yeah. I forgot Harry Styles was even in that shit.
And then they
Right.
got that weirdo Patton Oswalt. But
Oh no.
very valid points, Aaron.
Anyways,
I have Miss Marvel, and I don't want to talk about this very long because I don't know if it's even making the list anymore. But all of Brandon's points, it's just a chore, man. And I'm not one of those people that it's like, why didn't you stick to the comic origins? Why didn't you make her stretchy? It's because that shit's expensive, and even them changing her powers, it still looks tacky. The whole train episode where she went back in time, like her whole family story was actually her doing it. The only good thing about this show really was the end setting up for the Marvels later on in 2023.
That's fair. I've completely forgot about the whole train episode when I was on my rant
Yuck.
about it. My 13th, and this is probably going to be the very first controversial one, but Hawkeye. So, just listen, I figured something with Jeremy Renner would be really good, and Florence Pugh and everything, and Haley Steinfeld, but this show just didn't go anywhere. I mean, it brought Kingpin, and then killed him off, quote air quotes, but I don't know, man. Just really didn't do it for me. I mean, cool. It was kind of the Christmas special type shit for Marvel, which was kind of cool. And I did like the whole car chase scene between when the two Hawkeyes are together. That was pretty dope. But other than that, man, it really just didn't do anything for me. I mean, I can't see myself going back to watch this except maybe just for fun. But yeah, I got Hawkeye there, so I know it's a hot take, but Hawkeye is the next on my list.
all right. Speaking of hot takes, I don't know. A lot of people enjoyed this show. I didn't really. I'm gonna have to go with number 12. Sorry, we changed the numbers, guys. Sorry, I had to get rid of Groot and what if. Those are the next two anyway. So, um, and number 12 we have Loki. All right. Um, I don't know. I don't know. The whole multiverse thing, I don't know. It was introducing it. At least it had Kang in it. Owen Wilson's kind of a weird casting, not gonna lie. It's kind of weird sitting there listening to Owen Wilson talk about anything but being a car. Um um but yeah, there's nothing really memorable that happened in it. There's like the whole scene where it gets like the alligator Loki, you got like the little kid Loki, old man Loki, and then they go meet Kang. I don't really know what happens. Old man ends up dying. There's a whole part on the train when they're getting there. I don't really know. There's nothing really memorable about it to me. I can't like I when I was looking at this list, I was like, I don't really remember shit about this show, but it was up there with Moon Knight with not remembering anything that happened to it. I felt like I was just waiting for something to happen and nothing really happened, you know? I can't really explain it.
You were definitely right. The hot takes are out, man. This is steamy, but it's okay. I
Yeah.
like it. I like it. You're up,
All
man.
right, I definitely think that this is definitely not a hot take. At my number 12, I have Eternals, and this was the worst Marvel movie that I'd seen prior to Thor: Love and Thunder, and it wasn't because the length, like the action. I will say the action in this movie was really good, and I liked what they did with the speedster. Um, like that's how Quicksilver should have been. Like you can like, and I'm sorry, like I loved the casting of Icarus. Like he played it so well, but I really think that this movie should have been repurposed into a Disney Plus show. That's just my personal opinion. You do a 10 episode show and then you highlight every single Eternal leading up to a final battle.
It's kind of
But
gas. That's kind of gas.
they should have done it that way. But you know the director, I get it, she's an acclaimed director, but just she should be sticking to her indie films because it just was not this was not it. And they set up an Eternals 2, but it hasn't been greenlit, and I really have no interest in their story further down the line. You know what I mean? Like, whereas like the first Guardians, like no one even knew who the fuck the Guardians of the Galaxy were. But after I saw the movie, I said, man, I'm excited to see more of these characters. With Eternals, it was like, man, I'm going to see these characters later down the line, but I could really care less. So Eternals at 12.
For my number 12, I have WandaVision. It started out pretty good. I mean, Marvel kind of trying to go at it with a sitcom route or whatever, and there's like this was Marvel's like first attempt, at least in a couple scenes of like there's parts where I was like, damn, this is actually kind of like scary or like uncomfortable or unsettling, when the people are trapped and they're trying to like send the message, when the guy's choking at the table. That scene was pretty where the girl from that 70s
Yeah, that
show
was
was like,
intense.
stop it. She keeps saying stop it. And then where the neighbors are outside, it's Agatha and then the black guy. They want to tell Vision, but they won't tell him. That shit just unsettling. The Halloween episode where the ladies just do like this shit, like for those scenes, like it's a little higher on my list. But further you guys' point earlier, man, White Vision, they didn't go anywhere with it. They set up Agatha, and now we have to sit through a fucking another Marvel TV show. It's gonna be a chore.
Man.
Woodruff said earlier they were set. I was thinking we were gonna get fucking John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic, but nope. And the worst
Yes.
one of all. All right, one more. I was at least thinking we were gonna get Doctor Strange in the finale. That shit flopped. It never happened. And then it would have been perfect for him to be in the finale. They're in the movie together in Multiverse of Madness, so it would have been perfect for him to show up in the finale. But the biggest one of all, they had a fucking chance to bring back Evan Peters as Quicksilver. They had it on their fucking plate. And instead, they slapped us in the face with Ralph Boner. I'm still not forgiving them for that shit. Just biggest bunch of bullshit they pulled. And that's why it's not higher. But WandaVision, that's my rant on that.
Very, very valid point with the Ralph Boner.
Shit,
I
man. Still pissed.
forgot Quicksilver's even in that, dude.
Right, bro? Like, if they set it up correctly, I'm sure it'd be more memorable. But now that it was just as a fucking joke, just as a boner joke, nah, man. You ain't getting no higher on my list for that. Sorry, but love Scarlet Witch though. Love her, but that's why it's this high. So there's my rant on that.
They have been doing they've been doing Scarlet Witch dirty. For being as strong
They
of a
have.
character as she is, they just really been doing her dirty. All right. So for number 11 on my list, another show, we got Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's not bad. The most memorable scene is obviously when he decapitated that dude with his shield. I still don't remember his name. Some random dude. It's gonna be in Thunderbolts. Not looking forward to Thunderbolts. That's where we got introduced to the chick from Seinfeld. Still not interested in Val. She was just in Black Panther. Still not interested in her. I don't know. It was really cool to see Sam and Bucky be like friends and not like be a fucking Bucky being butthurt that he's not fucking Captain America. But seeing him Sam fly through the window in his new suit was fucking dope. Like that shit was nice. Like that suit looks perfect. And then I don't know I don't remember what the kid's name is, but he's gonna be the new Falcon. And what were the main bad guys? They just had like that one serum in them that would just make them stronger. The chick with a bunch of freckles that
The
was
The Flag
she was in
Smashers.
yeah, she was in Solo, I think. Yeah, the chick. Yeah. There's nothing really memorable about it. They're not like a really memorable fucking organization, but yeah, not bad, not good. Number 11.
At my number 11, and this is going to be a serious hot take. At number 11, I have Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. Now, going into this movie, it was, everybody had the question, what are they going to do? What are they going to do about Chadwick Boseman? What are they going to do? And I feel like they kind of they did their best, 100%. They did their best. I mean, I not like I could do any better really, but Namor was a fantastic anti-hero. He's doing what he can for his people and his kingdom, and he knows that, if it just, for me, the pacing felt really weird. It was like a really sad beginning, but then, the Namor scene, but then, it leads up to they got to find this scientist, and it's this kid at college, and then that's where all the jokes start coming from, like Shuri goes in and she's like, I'll be a college student, but then Okoye goes in, and then they're just like cracking jokes, and that, like, I'm sorry, this is not, like, I get it, you need to set up Ironheart, but this was not the time to do it. This wasn't, like, even if there was no inclusion of Ironheart and she just got her own TV show, I was perfectly okay with it. I was like, yeah, that's fine. And like, I thought it was going to be like a brief end credit scene where they were like, Riri Williams, but she was vital to the plot, basically pushed the conflict. And although they set up like, the US government going against Wakanda later down the road, it just felt really just fake. I don't know. That's just the best way for me to describe it. I loved Namor, and for a movie called Black Panther, we got Black Panther for like 5 minutes. So not very impressed with it. I have it at number 11.
So my number 11, same with Woodruff. I got Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So, I mean, there's a couple memorable things in there. I mean, Woodruff, you hit it right in the nail where, Sam comes in with the new suit, looks badass. I love the new suit, and I think he's gonna do good as Cap. And then U.S. agent just beating the shit out of that guy with the shield, like that was pretty cool. And I did like seeing that dynamic, U.S. agent against Sam. That was pretty cool. But right, dude, seeing Bucky's backstory and what he did to the Asian guy's like son, how he killed him, when he was under just the spell, I
I
guess.
forgot that was even in this show. Wow.
Yeah, that shit just came back to me, but that was like super chilling. Action scenes were great, like probably some of the best action in the entire phase. But the only problem I really have with the show is the villain, bro. Didn't really care for the
Yeah.
Flag Smashers. Just thought they were weak as fuck, mid as fuck. So Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that's where it's at, and it's good, great, good.
All right. So coming out at number 10, I have Black Panther. Same shit. I don't know. This might also be a hot take, but I feel like they should have just gone with a recast for Chadwick. I know he affected so many people in their lives and everything, but like, man, it's just like not a Black Panther movie without Black Panther, and I don't see Shuri being Black Panther, and she was only Black Panther for like 5 minutes, and she got her shit wrecked by a weakened Namor. Like, she just got stabbed in the gut by a dude who can't even fucking move. I'm like, dude, you are a fucking bum. But I don't know. She's just an annoying fucking teenager, dude. Like the whole plot with fucking Ironheart, like that just didn't even need to be in the movie. Like it was really nice seeing the tribute to Chadwick, but like man, it like with the Marvel, when I had like the Marvel come up and had all Chadwick, that was really nice. I did enjoy that, but also big thing. All right, this is what I was looking forward to. Was an end credit scene of Doctor Doom, and it just didn't fucking happen. And I'm so sick of seeing shit that's gonna happen that never fucking pans out in these movies. But I feel like Nakia should have been Black Panther in this movie. That's about it. That end fight scene when they was like on a fucking ship in the middle of the ocean and then they beat each other up on an island. I don't know. I felt like it should have been fought in Wakanda because it's just like a visually more appealing place to fight. But I understand that they were trying to like get Atlantis to come out, or it's not called Atlantis, but I'm gonna call it Atlantis because I don't know what the fuck it's actually called. But yeah, I don't know. I agree with Aaron. That shit was it. It didn't need to really. Yeah, Black Panther for 5 minutes is kind of annoying.
Okay, so coming in at my top, we're officially in the top 10. At 10, I have Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And now, I think that the reason that this clears Black Panther 2 and this makes the top 10 is because I think John Walker is the best anti-hero we've seen in Marvel. I felt bad for this dude. Like this dude is just trying his hardest. He just, he's been working so hard and just, he's he got whooped by some Wakandans, like he sees two actual superheroes that fought Thanos and like they want nothing to do with him because he has the shield. And we saw the Flag Smashers, and although they are terrible, terrible antagonists, like out of all the Disney Plus shows, I really think that they are like one of the weakest villains. But like, his best friend with no superpowers just gets his neck broken. And then he proceeds to chase down a dude who didn't even do it and beat him with the shield, covered in blood. And then, that it was such a bold ending to an episode. I said, I want to see more. And I was just so engaged. Although I really didn't like the finale, I fucking loved that, like, Bucky and Sam had to break this dude's arm to beat him. Like, they had to play dirty. And, like, it makes the top 10 because I enjoyed everything about the show except the finale. But the finale, we got the last suit. We got the suit, and I like that Sam talked to all those people. It was like it wasn't an in-your-face kind of thing, like the whole cop scene earlier in the show, where like they want to ask for Sam's ID and everything. That's pretty in your face. But like towards the finale, where he's talking to everybody, and it just gave me very much like Steve Rogers Captain America vibes, like saying what needs to be said. And I really enjoyed the entire show. Really, even looking back, the finale wasn't that bad, but the antagonist, no, wasn't working for me with the Flag Smashers. But John Walker, amazing. That's all I gotta say.
Just to hit it one more time, John Walker, like you said, U.S. agent, loved his character. I don't understand why he got so much hate, but good point. Number 10 for me is Eternals. I know it's a little high for everyone else's sake. I know it's bad, but I feel bad putting it above Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But I even just looking at it right now, it doesn't look right up there. But it's got a great cast. Like you said earlier, Aaron, about Richard Madden as Icarus killed it, and then they got Kit Harington as cheap love interest, but he is going to have a bigger role in the future. Then good cast. I mean, that's really all I can say about the film. And even just looking at it now, it shouldn't be this high. But I guess I just have a soft spot for the Game of Thrones alumni in this. And then they did manage to a couple others, and then like you said, I completely forgot about fucking Harry Styles is being in the end credit scene. But overall, terrible movie. But just as a watching it for the cast, would I watch again? Probably not. But what would make me watch it is the cast. Just it's loaded, dude. It's loaded. But overall, I think this is the first movie I have on my list, and it's the worst Marvel movie that's come out, I still think, to this day. So Eternals as wherever we're at, I think that's 10, but first movie on my list. So that's all I got to hit on Eternals.
It's an even trade-off, but okay. So at number 9 for me, man, was I disappointed with this movie. I came into this movie thinking this is gonna be fucking better than Spider-Man, and holy shit, did it fucking disappoint. Doctor Strange at number 9. Good God, did I have fucking high expectations for this movie. I was expecting so many fucking cameos. I was expecting the whole movie about to be like fucking X-Men in here, Fantastic Four in here, fucking like different like versions of like people from the multiverse. And it's like we got a whole whopping 5 minutes of like her just killing everyone instantly They're all gone. They did Patrick Stewart so fucking dirty. Like God, they used him as a selling point in the fucking commercials just to have his head fucking ripped off of his head in like 2 seconds. Fucking the fact that fucking John Krasinski was like, I'm the smartest man in the world. Here's fucking Black Bolt's only weakness. Yeah, here you go. And then just fucking it takes his mouth. But fucking, I don't know. Fucking America Chavez, I'm not high on. She's kind of cool. Quirky, I don't know. She's all right. I wouldn't mind seeing her some more in like the fucking Young Avengers or some shit. I don't know what they're coming up with, but it's always nice to see Wong. You know, we love Wong. I don't know the whole Wanda thing. It was already played in WandaVision, so like you already saw this whole shit happen. It's like, I thought we got over this, Wanda. Your fucking kids are dead, you baby back bitch. Stop fucking crying about it. We don't fucking care. We don't care about your kids. They weren't even fucking real, you delusional fuck. But yeah, she can go back home and fucking kill herself. I don't know. That movie, I was hoping for more cameos. Wanda's a little bitch. They do Scarlet Witch so dirty in these movies, but yeah. Number 9, Doctor Strange.
At number 9, I have Moon Knight, and although it drags at a lot of points, the action is good. I thought the costume, there's one specific scene where the costume, I'm like, yuck, like they should have put a little bit more money into that CGI, but I thought the action was really good. I'm like the end, like the whole Khonshu, like I loved the idea of Stephen Grant, having multi-personality disorder type deal. And then you find out like later on exactly why, he kind of just made up the character of Mark Spector. And it just kind of became a part of him. But overall, just, like I said, it had a very strong start. Like the first 2 episodes were amazing. And then it just kind of proceeded to go downhill. Ethan Hawke as a villain, god damn, that was an awesome. I'm so glad we snatched him because he did an amazing job. Like, seriously, if Ethan Hawke came to my front door, like, preaching that shit, I'd join his cult. So overall, like Moon Knight, one of my favorite Disney Plus shows, but still not that great. But like I said, action and Ethan Hawke and Oscar Isaac, he went from Apocalypse to Moon Knight, and I think that this Moon Knight change is going to be a lot better. So Moon Knight at number 9.
It's X-Men movie.
All right, number 9, Wakanda Forever. So, I mean, Aaron, you said it best earlier. It just felt fake. All right, I'll give a disclaimer right here, okay? Marvel, in this phase, as you can see, has released a lot of shit. A lot of shit. This is the only movie I will give them a pass on, only because they lost Chadwick, and it really, really fucks up a whole plan. Like, how different this movie would have been if he was in it. This is the only time I'm giving them a pass this entire phase, because this is something out of their control, but I mean, Namor, I really liked the way they introduced the Atlanteans. I'm with you, Woodruff. I'm gonna call them the Atlanteans. I'm not gonna be politically correct here.
I don't know what the fuck they're actually called.
You guys don't want to call them the Tokolans?
The fucking what? The chocolates? Chocolate.
That's right. I forgot. But the way they introduced him, shit was fucking amazing, bro. It was scary. I was watching this in the movie theater by myself. I was like, this is fucking terrifying. It was like one of the best MCU scenes like I can remember.
Yeah, that sound was crazy.
Crazy. It was eerie as fuck, unsettling, especially in a movie theater by yourself. I was like, damn, what is happening? But outside of that, and then the Chadwick tribute, like you mentioned earlier, Woodruff, at the beginning, it's just the quiet Chadwick Marvel intro was amazing. But other than that, I can't put it any higher because, like you said, Aaron, this is a Black Panther movie with 5 minutes of Black Panther. Drift, you mentioned about Shuri being Black Panther. It's really not a good fit. I agree. I don't think it's a good fit. She just belongs in the lab, and the whole Ironheart didn't need to really be in the whole movie, I don't think. But fuck, man, just I was having low expectations for this movie to begin with, just because we weren't getting Chadwick Boseman in it. But I think it's about kind of exactly where it's supposed to be on the list. Mid as fuck. But one I'm willing to give Marvel a pass on. And pretty much hit it on the nail again, Woodruff, but no fucking Doctor Doom end credit scene. Like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Feige, you're listening. Feige listens. You know he listens. Like, come on, man. Come on. All right.
Yeah, I
Rant over.
was sitting in the fucking movie theater at the end, and the lady came. She's like, "There's no end credit scene after." I'm like, "Are you like I can't remember the last time a Marvel movie didn't have 2 end credit scenes. Like, what the fuck? Did they just like think about putting Doom in there? Like, nah."
I was wondering.
It probably got scrapped. I'm sure that they're like I was telling Brandon this the other day. I think that they were trying to find because I don't think that they got the Fantastic Four casted yet. They would have announced that shit by now. But I'm like, I really don't think that they're gonna cast Doom if they don't have a Fantastic Four. So I'm thinking that they had a fill-in. They probably shot the scene and then they said, "Yeah, we're just gonna scrap it because we still don't have a cast."
Yeah, it's that, and then like you said, Woodruff, I actually messaged you because I saw the guy come in and the lights were on. I said, "There's," because I did have to fucking take a piss like really
Same
bad too.
shit.
I said, "Is there a second end credit scene?" And when you told me no, I said, "Great, great." Like I was relieved that I could finally go take a piss, but at the same time, I was like, "No, Doctor Doom, really, bro, really?" So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my rant on Wakanda Forever. It is not the best Marvel movie out there. Don't listen to what people on Twitter say. They're fucking wrong. So, recency bias and all that shit.
Twitter's
So,
accessible wrong. All right, so at my number 8, I got Moon Knight. It really started off strong. First couple episodes, like Steven learning about Mark and how like that fucking the end. I think it's the end of the first episode where they're in the bathroom and he just looks so fucking badass, just beating the shit out of that fucking Egypt dog or whatever. Fucking badass, but it just really fucking falls off a cliff. Like it's like the action in it's so nice, but like man, I like the whole part of him being in that fucking asylum and like having to keep talking to Ethan Hawke. It was like, man, this shit is fucking annoying, dude. And you got that like random hippo lady just like here we're in like the Sea of the Dead or whatever the fuck it is, and then like it's
Field
like,
of Dreams.
bro, yeah, but like man, it fell off. But that I did have to look it up. But like the ending where the what's the taxi guy's name again? I don't remember. The fact
Jake,
that the fact that Jake still has Khonshu is fucking dope. And I just Moon Knight as a character is fucking dope. And I'd love to see him with like fucking Deadpool or Spider Man. You know, just that'd be fucking dope. There's still hope for Moon Knight. It was a mid show. It kind of fell off, but fight scenes were fucking dope. That's all I gotta say.
Well, speaking of mid shows, at number 8, I have WandaVision, and I know that's pretty high, but I don't know, the first 2 episodes, like I said, is very subtle at first. Like I remember the first like 4 episodes, like this is a show where every episode, I was watching this every week, and I was actually excited for every episode. I was pretty disappointed with how the finale went. Like I said, like Brandon touched on, I was really hoping Doctor Strange would like show up, but never happened. And it just I don't know. Like I said, not a lot of action, but like I said, it was more like suspense than anything that really carries this. And yeah, they established White Vision, and he might come down further down the line, like later into Phase 5, but didn't really plant the seeds for much. I mean, I guess it set up a little bit into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, but overall, just it's one of the Disney Plus shows with the highest episode counts, and I still feel like it feels a little bit rushed towards the end. And Ralph Boner, so I can't let that one slide. It's at number 8 for me, WandaVision.
Number 8 for me, same as you, Woodruff. Moon Knight. So started out really good, like you said, but it just didn't finish strong. Actually, like, honest here, found myself falling asleep during a couple episodes. I'm like, fuck, I gotta restart. So, just a lot of filler in this show. Action, amazing. When Moon Knight and its Moon Knight is on the screen, amazing. Then
Mhm.
Stephen Grant, I would watch that show again just because of him, dude. Love his character, funny as fuck, just a great character. And Aaron, you touched upon it about Ethan Hawke as the villain. I mean, I thought he killed it. They definitely bought into whatever he was saying.
Mhm.
Just a lot of filler in this show. I wish there was more Moon Knight. And like Woodruff said, I mean, there was definitely more potential. I'd like to see him cross over with other Marvel characters, but just there's hope. But there's really not much more to add onto it. Just a pretty mid show. Started out strong, but just didn't really build to it. I will say it when I think it was Stephen Grant. He is the one who gets taken in the what is it, Aaron? What's it called?
The Field of Reeds.
Field of Reeves. Like that shit was like that shit hurt a little bit, and I don't feel emotion too much for MCU stuff, especially new characters, but that shit hurt. So, got it at 8, just pretty much mid show, but good potential for it.
Yeah, that's just reminded me like all the fucking action scenes in that show are so fucking amazing. Like what was it like? I don't know. It's a carnival or a festival or some shit when he's in that fucking ring, just fucking dude. Those fucking like half fucking moons with his fucking blades are just wow.
Oh yeah,
Fucking
So badass,
nice,
bro.
dude.
So badass.
All right,
Character
well,
mid show.
Well, number 7, I'm gonna say is a controversial pick just because of what you guys have ranked everything and how I still haven't said any of the things that you guys have already said. Number 7, I have Shang-Chi, but I'm justified in saying this because I fucking hate Aquafina. Fuck Aquafina. She's the most annoying bitch ever, dude. Her fucking smoker voice can go fucking die on a fucking hill, dude. I don't fucking know. I can't stand Aquafina. But I do have to say, it was a fucking nice at his like at the ending when he has an emotional scene with his dad and everything, and his dad passes away. It's nice fight. The whole thing where like the dad meets his mom and like that one forest that they have to like drive through. What the fuck was that little animal thing that was like helping him through? That, like
Oh, yeah.
didn't have a head, but it was like go this way. I don't know. That little Pokemon thing was cool. No. Also, I'm not. Before I forget, I remembered that fucking bus scene. At the fucking beginning was fucking gas. Like I fucked with that scene a lot. Like I watched like the behind the scenes and how that thing went down. So nice, but yeah, majority of it, like I don't know. I just gotta say, I fucking hate Aquafina, dude. It's just like, okay, I can't get it out of my head that she was Rhea, the Last Dragon, and I watched Shang-Chi, and it's like the same fucking movie. And I just like,
Damn.
I don't know.
Cool.
That's what I gotta say. Shang-Chi 7.
At my number 7 slot, I have Hawkeye, and this is kind of opposite what I said to Eternals. I think that this would have been an amazing Christmas movie. I think that if you had made this well, you got to think they had Spider-Man, like Spider-Man No Way Home coming out around December, and so it was like that or Hawkeye, and they're like, "Oh, we'll make Hawkeye a Disney Plus show." I feel like if they had pushed Spider-Man either a little bit back or a little bit forward, it wouldn't have been affected, but I really think this would have benefited highly if it was a movie. Brandon, you know the actor from Better Call Saul who plays Lalo. I think they wasted his potential. I think he's an amazing actor, and I think that they wasted him as kind of a red herring villain. I don't like that Echo just capped Kingpin out of nowhere. Like, this is the same dude. I literally saw him take a dude's head and smash it in between a car door, and then he just gets capped in the face. Like, no, I do now. This you look at Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and it was kind of like forced, Shuri to take the mantle, where Kate Bishop wants the mantle, and Hawkeye just wants nothing to do with it. He does not want to train this kid. He just wants to go and see his family. He gets roped into this situation, and the action in this show is very, very good, and the cinematography is beautiful during that whole brand, like you were saying with that the whole car shot, that was all in like one take. There was like no cuts at all. I fucking loved it, and I really liked that they did a little call back to Ant-Man with the Pym arrow. I thought that was awesome. So action very, very good, but it just progressively just gets worse and worse. It's the same thing with Moon Knight. Very good start, but it just progressively gets worse and worse. But I love holiday vibes, so I have it at number 7.
I do gotta say about what you mentioned earlier. So about the guy who played Lalo, Tony Dalton. I'm even more upset that he was in it and he was wasted because I didn't even realize it because I hadn't watched Better Call Saul yet, and now I'm even more pissed that they wasted him. He's an
Oh yeah.
amazing fucking actor. Oh damn, that hurts. All right, Hawkeye deserves where it's at on my list, but you did bring up some stuff I forgot about, and about Hawkeye, and then how it sets up Echo, another fucking show we have to watch that I
Yep.
don't want to
Another
watch.
chore.
Echo, dude.
But this is my number 7, and I know this one's gonna be some heat, especially since it's pretty high up. But Black Widow. So Woodruff, you hit it earlier on the nail. We were watching this on the couch, and we didn't get the movie theater experience, so that kind of hurts it a little bit. But wasted Taskmaster, man, just completely wasted him. Or I'm sorry, her wasted her, right?
Yep.
Wasted
That was a
the
needed
character.
gender change.
It's so unnecessary, and the only good thing about this is the Red Guardian and Florence Pugh. That's about it. I did like that was a nice fresh like addition to the MCU, and I'm excited to see them again. But David Harbour killed it as the Red Guardian, and Florence Pugh killed it as Yelena. So, and this is the last time we're gonna be able to see ScarJo. And I know it's a little controversial to have it up at 7, but action was pretty good. Yeah, the CGI was kind of shit, but it was going on during COVID. So, other than that, that's my thoughts on Black Widow. Pretty mid first MCU Phase 4 movie, but yeah, we're gonna leave it at 7. And like I said, the only highlight of this is the Red Guardian. That's the only saving grace of this movie.
All right, so number 6. Everything up from 6 to 3 is going to be a controversial pick, but I don't know. I was going ham. Number 6 is Thor: Love and Thunder. I actually didn't fucking hate this movie. I went in with low expectations, so maybe that's why I walked out with like, oh, this wasn't that bad, because I walked into Doctor Strange thinking it was gonna be the best thing ever. Let down, but fuck, this reminded me of a point that I wanted to make earlier on the Doctor Strange movie. Morbius is better than Doctor Strange. Anyway, back to Thor. Fucking, I loved Christian Bale as fucking Gore. Fucking phenomenal villain, dude. Like the way he just fucking just goes through the beginning where he kills the fucking god and like takes that fucking sword and just fucking fire. I do kind of hate the whole fucking cancer plot with fucking Jane, but I understand it was in the comics. But it was like, man, that's like, I don't know. It was just kind of in there. But when she as Thor is kind of fucking cool, seeing two Thors go with each other. And when he gets to see her at the village, and he's like, "Bro, I haven't talked to her in like fucking 2 years," and then seeing all like the funny shit that happened in their relationship, and that like jump cut. I don't know. I liked it. At the end when she finally does die and Thor gets love from Gore, I was really hoping that Gore would save Jane. Didn't end up happening, but seeing Jane go to Valhalla and meet up with Heimdall, that hit fucking hard, dude. I loved seeing Heimdall. Heimdall is just such a lovable character. It fucking sucked to see him die. Like, I don't know, but I do have to say it was kind of funny when they went and saw fucking Zeus, and then, but you got to see who was all tattooed on him at when like he got his fucking ass cheeks shown. I don't know, like all of like his fallen friends were on him, but that was nice. But I say the worst thing about this movie is the fucking casting for Hercules is this looks like such a fucking goober, dude. He doesn't look intimidating at all. But yeah, I don't know. That's my opinion on Thor. I liked it. There's not a lot of good movies to pick from here. There's not a lot of good shows to pick from. I don't know. I liked it.
For my number 6 slot, I actually have Black Widow. It didn't quite make the top 5, but I really enjoyed this movie. And I'm just going to highlight 2 specific scenes in this movie. The first scene is I fucking love the bridge scene where she gets blindsided by Taskmaster, because I was like, damn, this is going to be a good villain, and then I got let down, But like she played her, man. Like she played her, like literally she's getting her ass getting scanned, like this dude, or I'm sorry, this woman, she knows all of her moves, and she's like, pretty much, I gotta get this shit, and I gotta just dip into this like river. And she didn't even really have much of a choice. She got fucking kicked in the river. And so that scene, just in general, that's an awesome fighting scene, like amazing. And then the second scene I want to talk about is the curtain scene when it shows Florence Pugh. I said, this is how you pass on the mantle. Like it shows that Scarlett Johansson is the one and true Black Widow, but she's gone, and I'm not upset with Florence Pugh taking over, because she was like holding her own in that fight, and she got humbled real quick when she almost got suffocated by some curtains. So that whole scene is just amazing. But I will say, horrible antagonist. Not only the Red Room, I really hate the whole speech where he's like, the most valuable resource, girls. Like, I said, what the fuck, man? I said, what the hell is that? And Taskmaster, obviously this brainwashed woman who has weird beady eyes. I did not like it. I liked the whole, Black Widow doesn't have a parachute, and she's just plummeting from this thing, and like somehow survives. It's just super badass. I really love the action in this movie. The CGI I can't really forgive on certain scenes, and the antagonists weren't that great, but Black Widow at number 6.
I actually do want to give you credit. I did forget to mention the fighting scene on the bridge. That shit was chilling because, like you said, before we find out who Taskmaster really is, I'm thinking to myself watching the fight scene, oh, dude, we got another Winter Soldier on our hands, and just completely wasted. But great fight scene nonetheless. So that's your number 6. My number 6, actually, me and Woodruff's got a lot of similarities here, but I've got Thor: Love and Thunder. So
yes, sir, Brandon.
My expectations were low coming into this film. Just the title, I knew it was going to be a different film. But there's aspects of the movie that I liked, and then aspects of the movie that I completely hated. So, Chris Hemsworth killed it as usual. Loved it. Woodruff, you hit it right on the nail about Christian Bale as Gore. He killed it, and it's just sad that he was just a one-off. He really could have been used. I mean, he probably wouldn't have signed on for a multi-picture deal, but it would have been nice. But I mean, we got Christian Bale, so I'm cool with it. So he killed it as Gore, and I don't know, man. Just the Taika Waititi humor was just too much for me in this movie. Just around, we got a joke every fucking 30 seconds. It felt like it was just overkill, overabundance, and I remember walking out and I'm thinking, yeah, that movie was not it. But exactly what you said earlier, Woodruff. I mean, this movie, there's just not a lot of good shit we got to pick from out of this phase. So I know to a lot of people they hated it, rightfully so. But this is where it belongs, at least on my list. I mean, there's just really not a lot of good stuff to pick from out of this phase. But it was nice seeing Heimdall again, and then the scene where he gives all the little kids the power of Thor for a little bit was cheesy as fuck. But yeah, I don't know, just kind of where it's at. Definitely, I've only seen it once. I mean, a lot of these movies that I've mentioned I've only seen once, but this was one I'd probably watch just for shits and giggles. Definitely a popcorn flick. But that's what I have at number 6 is Thor: Love and Thunder.
Also, I forgot to say another thing that I gotta bash fucking Doctor Strange about. I just keep forgetting things that happen in that movie. Fucking that fucking post-credit scene where it's just fucking Bruce Campbell fucking like slapping himself is so fucking stupid. That just popped into my head randomly, but like that seems fucking stupid. But anyway, so at number 5, Brandon, I'm sorry, I see where you have this on your list, and I don't want to say it, but I have to say it. I really enjoyed Miss Marvel. I gotta put it at number 5. It just felt so nice because I don't know. She was just like a girl, and like growing up, and her fucking mom is just such a fucking bitch, dude. Like fucking dogging on her, and her dad's not doing anything to fucking help. It's like she just like wants to just fucking like crawl up and die because her mom's such a bitch. But then like she realizes throughout the series that like why her parents are acting out this way and why they're trying to protect her. Because when she goes back in partition and sees how her family got to America and how that she was the one to help her, I think it was her grandma, gets to the train by like using, I think it was like the stars or whatever, but like it was just her there guiding her to her dad, and somehow they just got there. I don't know, it just felt really nice. Then she got with the her one boyfriend, and his mom was like trying to fucking just trying to like fuck up the whole multiverse shit, and like I don't know. It wasn't. I didn't really care for her as a villain at all, but I don't know. It was, and then so at the end, her boyfriend dude ends up getting those powers. How the fuck do you guys remember how he got the powers? I'm not really remembering right now.
Fucking, I wasn't it some shit with like a portal with his mom or some shit? I don't know.
Okay, something like that. But yeah, and then when they name drop mutants and they hear like the X-Men play, that was really fucking cool. I did enjoy that a lot. But yeah, I don't know. It was just a nice fucking movie, like with like her brother wedding, everything. It's just the family brought together was really nice because at the beginning I was really hating the parents. I was like, man, I don't know. That's all I gotta say. As that was my defense for Miss Marvel.
We'll definitely say that. I think that was the biggest curveball because I didn't even realize
Yeah,
people had Miss
definitely.
Marvel on the list yet.
Definitely. I had as soon as I heard, I said, "Oh, I completely forgot he hasn't even mentioned it yet." So,
Judgment free
at number
zone,
5,
though.
that's no judgment here, but at number 5, okay. So we are in the top 5, and I at top 5, I have Loki, and I think that this is same thing with WandaVision. Is like every week I was like excited to start this next episode. I love Owen Wilson. He is an amazing actor, and it's good to see him not be a race car for once. But I will say, we all know the highlight of this show. It is Jonathan Majors as Kang, and it was like, and like, think about this. This was before Multiverse of Madness. This was before Spider-Man No Way Home. Like, I didn't really like what they did with the female Loki, but it explained variants perfectly well for casual audiences. And Loki, in my opinion, they didn't lean into like a lot of funny stuff. The action was there, when it was there. But just overall, I had an amazing time watching this show. This is one of those shows too where they had so much confidence that their season finale end credit scene was season 2 is coming. Basically, they had so much confidence in this project with Tom Hiddleston. And amazing. I love that we're not done with Tom Hiddleston. I fucking love it that they kept that motherfucker. But overall, I believe it's a top 5 Marvel project in Phase 4. I know we don't, it's not a lot of diamonds in this rough, but I really believe it's top 5 worthy. So Loki.
All right. My number 5 is might be a little controversial and shocking to you, some of you. But I got Shang-Chi. So thought out of all the movies we got, like the rewatchability, and I've only watched it once still to this day, but the action scenes in it are amazing.
Watch it twice.
And I really actually like the guy who plays Shang-Chi. I can't think of his name right now, but I thought he killed it. And we got a chance to see who the real fucking Mandarin is and was for the, finally.
Fuck, I forgot he was in it.
Yeah. I thought them bringing Trevor Slattery was hilarious. Like, that was humor not super forced in a Marvel film, which I liked seeing him back. They actually had reason to bring him back. Ben Kingsley, that's his real name. He was hilarious. Really, Woodruff, kind of like what you said. I mean, I don't hate her on your level, but Aquafina really.
Fuck Aquafina, bro.
didn't need to really be in the movie. I mean, I guess just as that was the love interest, right?
Comic relief. Oh, she's so funny.
Yeah,
Fuck
there
you,
we
you
go.
fucking.
Comic relief, more like,
Yeah.
I would say.
But just good action, and just out of all the movies here, this is the one I guess I would say I would watch again. Out of the ones so far that I've listed, but great action. Ben Kingsley is funny. Good callback to Abomination. First time we got to see Abomination again, which was so fucking nice to see, knowing he would be back. So, just good plot, and then the rail car scene, train scene, whatever you want to call it, where they're fighting. Shit was amazing to watch, or whatever it was. It was so refreshing to watch, and seeing some kung fu in the MCU was nice. So, I know it's surprising, but Shang-Chi at my number 5.
All right, so number 4. I'm looking at Brandon's list again. Sorry, Brandon. I got number 4 is Hawkeye. Biggest thing is my entire life, my entire celebrity crush that I can remember from being ever has always been Haley Steinfeld. So the fucking moment
knew it was
that I
coming.
saw Haley fucking post on her Instagram that she was fucking Kate Bishop, I'm like, I don't give a fuck how shit this show's gonna be. This shit's gonna be fucking fire. But yeah, shout out to Haley Steinfeld. She could be in anything, I'll watch it. But I really love Hawkeye as a character because like you always think he's fucking worthless, but he just somehow he isn't worthless, you know. But like seeing him like fucking fuck up all like I think it's the Foot Clan. I could be mixing that up with TMNT. I don't know. Fucking shooting him with like all like the different types of arrows and shit's funny as fuck. Final like the whole point with Echo and him having his hearing loss from all the battles and realizing it's actually his time to retire and realizing that he actually needs to give the mantle over to Kate's really nice to see. I really love that Florence Pugh's in it. Florence Pugh and Haley Steinfeld in this movie is just so fucking funny to watch. Like that, and the scene where they're in the elevator is just so fucking awkward. And they're like, like she just knows that Florence Pugh will kick her ass, but she's like, man, I don't want you to kill Hawkeye, but she's like, Hawkeye killed Black Widow, but yeah, I don't know, it just hit all the emotions right, and then at the end you get to fucking see Kingpin, and it's just fucking dope. He gets shot by fucking Echo, but we all know he's not dead. But the thing is, the whole Christmas, the Christmas Square ice rink thing, that episode came. It was episode 5, and then Spider-Man, then episode 6. So in the end of Spider-Man swings through there, and I'm like, we're gonna see Spider-Man in this, but like that wasn't that big of a letdown. I just thought we would see like swinging in the background or some shit. I'm not really that mad that didn't happen, but yeah, I don't know. I liked it. That's my Hawkeye defense.
At number 4, and I still think that this might be too high. I mean, you ask me tomorrow, it might drop, it might go higher, but I think that this is a pretty good firm 4 slot. It's Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and I absolutely love Sam Raimi. I don't believe that this man has a bad film. I mean, I really think that this was just okay. I'm with Woodruff. I had a lot of expectations for this film. And for a movie called Multiverse of Madness, as soon as I saw the title, I said they're going to be going back and forth. We might get a Chris Evans cameo. We might even get Nicolas Cage. You never know. Like, so many possibilities, and just squandered to see Scarlet Witch absolutely decimate these fools in less than 30 seconds. And just, I was not like, the CGI is very good for a movie based around a superhero about magic, 2 superheroes with magic. The CGI was really good. The only thing that really bothered me was the third eye at the end. That was really, really good CGI, and I hope that they just ignore that in future movies. Maybe make a joke about it, but don't lean heavy into it. But yeah, very let down. I do like that he travels into a dead version of himself towards that end battle. America Chavez, it just, I get it. They need her for the plot to move forward, and they want to establish the Young Avengers, but it just felt like she was that comedic shtick, and they needed her arc to be, I can control my powers now. I didn't care about the fact that she had two moms. I did not care about that at all. But overall, just a very disappointing movie. But I will say the action was really good, and I loved seeing Elizabeth Olsen absolutely go off on Carmitage. I thought that was like they went from like WandaVision, she's slightly disrupted a little bit, to the Darkhold, and she's just straight up the villain. So I really did enjoy it at certain points, but it just didn't quite hit.
All right. Number 4, I have Loki. So, hands down, best Marvel show, if that's what we want to call it. Marvel show. Yeah, that's what we're going to call it. I just like seeing the whole variant side of things, like seeing multiple Lokis. That shit I thought was just amazing. And we got a fucking alligator Loki, which I thought was hilarious. Old man Loki in a classic costume, kid Loki, lady Loki, Sylvie, I guess, but loved that. And then Owen Wilson, like you guys said, nice seeing him in a role outside of a race car. So shout out Owen Wilson. But I just like the whole idea of it. It felt part of the MCU, but at the same time not part of it, like its own separate thing with the whole TVA and everything. And I actually really liked Sylvie. I liked the actress, can't think of her name, but actress who played Sylvie. I thought she was amazing. The scene where they zap Mobius away, I was like, oh god. And then when they got Loki, I said, oh shit. But I should have known that they didn't actually kill him, and we find out like 30 seconds later he wasn't. But best Marvel show. Aaron, like you said, it's the fact that they already instantly said, yeah, we're getting a season 2. We believe in it. Like a fucking balls on Marvel to do that. And the best part, I know it's only one episode and not even a whole episode thing, but Jonathan Majors as Kang, he's gonna kill it. We got just a little taste of what he's gonna be able to do, and man, am I excited! Just that little his monologue got me so excited to see more of him, and that whole ending, right? How the show ends, where he's got to explain to Mobius, different version of Mobius, about how the TVA is all rigged and Kang's conquering it all and he's controlling everything, and then it pans over to it's just Kang's universe. I just thought that shit was amazing. Great cliffhanger. Can't wait to see more. So, Loki number 4. Oh yeah, Miss Minutes too. Love her.
Good. Yes, sir.
Love Miss Minutes. So, we're gonna do it. Also, last thing, sorry, but the future. I like seeing the future. Just like how there's like a part where it goes back in like 2050. Thought was pretty cool. Yeah, that's my thoughts on Loki, and it's number 4.
Oh boy. I didn't think I made this list before you guys even joined the Discord, and before we even started recording, I feel bad about this spot, but at number 3, there's one show Aaron hasn't said yet. I'm gonna have to go with She-Hulk at number 3, and I'm sorry. I actually really enjoyed She-Hulk. Okay, so my thing was with Daredevil, he was like a lawyer, right? But they never really did any like lawyer shit. They like clearly they had like the Punisher in there and everything, and they did some shit. But like this is like every episode you get some sort of lawyer shit. I like that. You get Abomination back. You get like Emil Blonsky's coming back. You get to see him. And then he becomes some like spiritual guru, and then she goes there for an episode, and then she meets up with the guy that fucking jumped her ass, and they're like, no, don't kill him. And then they all talk, and it's all like, I don't know, it's funny. Then she has then that dude fucking just sleeps with her to just steal her fucking blood, and I'm like, god damn, bro. I thought there was a connection there wasn't, but then you get, I don't know, I don't know, I just don't like Jamila Jamil, but Titania fucking blows ass. I don't know, I just love watching her like be sad the whole time because she's not better than She-Hulk. Because I'm like, fuck you, dude, fuck Jamila Jamil. But this really comes down to fucking Daredevil. That is fucking so amazing. When episode 8, when he comes and when he comes to defend suit making guy, and is like it's just fucking Daredevil. Like he just smells the fucking jet fuel in the fucking dude's rocket boots. It's just I don't know. Charlie Cox coming back is so exciting. You get to see fucking the fight scene, and then she finds out that he's Daredevil, which it's really kind of crazy because in Daredevil you never really have anyone find out that he's Daredevil that fast, but she just like fucked him up in one step, pulled off his mask, like, oh, I don't have to kill you, you're Matt. But then they fuck, which is just hell yeah, get that shit, Daredevil. But yeah, at the end, and when they just like have that whole breakdown of like Abomination comes in, the fucking Hulk King, and then then Hulk comes back in, and they just all freeze, and then it goes to fucking Kevin as a fucking robot. I thought that shit was so fucking funny. Then she name drops the fucking X-Men. I'm like, fuck yeah. This is like all the fourth wall shit in there is cool because it's like Deadpool reminisce. You know, I fucking love that shit. But yeah, the ending when Scar comes, they did that boy dirty.
Oh
They
yeah,
did that boy dirty.
has the LeBron James
yeah.
style hairline.
And all I gotta say is, she was throwing that shit back with Megan Thee Stallion. And that's what I gotta say about number 3.
You should have just opened with that. You should have been like, it's at number 3 because of the twerking episode.
Will agree. I will give you that, Woodruff. She was throwing it back, and also I did. Sorry, I'm cutting you off here, Aaron, but I did want to actually bring up that point. Yeah, dude, Marvel actually went fucking dark in this one. Like when I saw that guy, he did a hit it and quit it on She-Hulk just to get her blood, and then snapped a picture of her, and then they leaked her shit. I said, "Is this a fucking Disney show? Is this really Disney?" Like, I just wanted to give props to
Shit
that.
was nice.
I actually it was an enjoyable show. It wasn't terrible. It's just out of everything, I had to put it lower just because there was a lot of necessary stuff. But
it just should have been 6 episodes instead of 9. That's about it.
Yeah, it was just a little stretched out, and that's why I had to put it down. But this one was actually good. Daredevil. All right, sorry, I just wanted to throw some more points on the She-Hulk. You shouldn't hate yourself for having it so high because it wasn't. It gets too much hate. It gets too much hate. So, all right, sorry. You can go, Aaron.
No, I mean, the hate around She-Hulk, they don't understand how hard it is. The animators and all the visual effects artists having to make sure that every single like pixel of She-Hulk's ass cheeks clapping, like it has to be right. So, like, yeah, no, I completely get why Aaron has it at 3. So, we're in top 3, and I think at number 3, I believe that it's going to be Shang-Chi because I believe the Winter Soldier scene where, in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, I believe that that's one of the best hand-to-hand combat scenes in the MCU. I really thought about knocking it down to second after I saw the subway scene because that, I think that this is the best origin film, that we've gotten out of Phase 4. Eternals was real sloppy, and I get that they had to establish 10 different characters, but they took their time with Shang-Chi, and it felt really genuine. I didn't really like Death Dealer because he was just a red herring villain, just like an accomplice to Wenwu. And Wenwu, along with John Walker, is an amazing anti-hero. He just misses his wife, and he hears this beast calling, and all he can hear is his wife. And the grief has overcome him that he believes that behind that wall is his wife. And there's nothing that's going to stop him from achieving that. I think that just, a lot of people were complaining about the CGI, the end battle, but I just love the scene of him getting the rings from his dad and taking them from his dad. His dad's gone and he has to get rid of this big ass dragon thing, and just an amazing film. I was a bit harsh on it at the initial watch. On my second watch, I said, man, this really is the action in here is amazing. And I can't believe that Marvel snatched Awkwafina. Well, such a talent and such a talent.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
But at number 3, I have Shang-Chi because it is beyond a popcorn flick. I think it is a very solid movie and one of my favorites from Phase 4.
Definitely well put on that. My doctor. Oh, there, I just gave it away. But my number three,
I
to the much to the
doctor.
chagrin of Woodruff, is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So,
Fuck
listen,
Doctor
I
Strange.
know there's stuff wrong with it. I know there's. Listen, the stuff that it suffers from, I would say only a little bit of it is self-inflicted, and a lot of it is, on our side of it. So I'm gonna say everything good about it first, right? So I really, you know what? No, I'm gonna point out the stuff that they didn't do. That I'm just gonna go at it. So what expectations were for this film going in were so much higher. I mean, you guys hit it on the nail earlier. Like, I was expecting in a movie called Multiverse of Madness, directed by Sam Raimi, we were gonna get like so much shit, and that's really not on them for that. Like, that was just, I just saw so much fucking edits from these Twitter junkies, man, and of these leaks. Aaron, you were sending me leaks nonstop about this movie.
Mhm.
All these fucking variants of characters we were gonna get. I was so excited, so fucking excited to see the Illuminati with fucking Tom Cruise playing a superior Iron Man. And the leaks that you sent me, I mean, one of them was he has the
Oh,
Infinity Gauntlet with 2 stones, and then he has Thanos' head in a jar. Like, I was so fucking excited to see that. But instead, we got a black version of a character that we hated already in Captain Marvel. We hate Captain Marvel. I don't know anybody who loves Captain Marvel or even likes Captain
mhm.
Marvel. And they said, "Hey, let's just put Captain Marvel on the Illuminati, but let's make her black." So, like I said, not trying to sound harsh or anything, but when I see leaks that we could have gotten Tom Cruise as part of the Illuminati, but instead we get another variant of Captain Marvel, that was a big slap in the face. So, it was just, too much hype, I think, and reading too much fucking fake plot leaks written by people in their basement. But outside of that, the good stuff about it, why I have it so high, is, man, Scarlet Witch, man. Like, they really upped her game in this one. Like, Aaron, you mentioned about how she goes to Kamertage, makes all the best sorcerers in the world, she makes them her bitch instantly like that. Destroys Kamertage. It's not even a fucking fight for her. It really isn't a fight. So I like seeing her go full on and just destroying that. And then the where am I going with this? Oh, when she goes to Earth 616 or 38, yeah, Earth 838, and she just destroys the Illuminati, right? And I thought that was pretty epic how she destroyed them so easy. And the one side of it, we got to see John Krasinski as, although it be short lived, we did get to see it. Captain Carter, for anybody who watched What If, we got to see that, although it wasn't her. That was nice seeing Haley Atwell come back. And Professor X, just nice seeing him come back. Patrick Stewart, one more time to be Professor X. Although they just to snap his neck, I mean, I thought it was a little harsh, but it was nice seeing Marvel go that fucking dark. And a lot of people really didn't think Marvel could go that dark, but I thought it was pretty cool how she destroyed everyone. It was definitely that Sam Raimi touch for a Marvel movie you could see as far as a PG-13 rating could go. But I thought it was a pretty damn good movie, and I would have liked to see a little bit more universes for sure and more variants of different characters, but there was just too much expectations, some that weren't met, but yeah, that's why I got it so high. This is one I've watched multiple times, and I'll watch again in the future for sure. So that's my number 3.
I gotta add to the dark part of that. Go back to that scene and rewatch Patrick Stewart getting his neck snapped, because she actually just rips his fucking head off. Like, it's if you slow it down, it's not a neck snap. Like, she rips his fucking head off.
I do got to go see that now,
But
because
yeah,
now I'm actually interested to see that shit.
yeah. But now that we're at the top 2, I'm glad to see we all agree on 2 and 1. But number 2, Werewolf by Midnight. What a fucking banger. I did not think that a show that I just heard about 2 days ago that would be randomly releasing for a 1 episode just special would be so fucking fire. But watching fucking Elsa Bloodstone go through the fucking thing with Jack and just I don't know, her cutting that dude's arm off, fucking blood squirting, fucking fighting everything. Holy shit. It's just so it's just so nice to see fucking gore in Marvel. It's so fucking nice. When Ted comes in, well, Man Thing, whatever, fucking they come in, they trap them in the cage, they make him turn into the werewolf, and then he just doesn't kill her, escapes, and just fucking bodies the guards, bro. Bodies their ass. And then once he's fucking weak, I think your name's Vanessa or some shit. I don't know. She fucking comes up, she's about to fucking kill him, and then just Ted's just like, yeah, you're done. Gets fucking burns that bitch, and then the werewolf runs away. I don't know. The fucking gore in it is just fucking top tier. Shout out to Black and White Films for allowing Disney to make a fucking gory movie, dude. That was so nice. I fucking loved it. For something that I didn't know existed till 2 days before I watched it, fucking holy shit was I blown away.
Well, Aaron, I'm with you when I say that I'm glad that we are all on the same page with 2 and number 1. And at number 2, I have Werewolf by Night because you got to remember they tried one shots and they had some pretty shitty attempts at some shows prior to their Disney Plus shows. But for their first Marvel Studios special presentation, Black and White usually doesn't sell it for me, but I loved that they could take advantage of the gore because it wasn't going to increase the rating because it doesn't show the blood. And I absolutely loved, and I don't know if you guys know this, but the werewolf that they had, practical effects. Like they used very little CGI, like for the werewolf, which I thought was an amazing callback to classic horror. Yeah, no, amazing. The action was great. I love the whole premise about these people that are monster hunters. And, this guy's talking about how much confirmed kills he has. And then you find out later that it's because he is the werewolf by night. And the man thing, this is something that came out of left field. Like, I didn't think that they were going to introduce monsters or anything until maybe Blade. Maybe they were going to talk about it maybe in Blade. But I love that they talked about, this is just a special, and the fact that it is better than most movies and most Disney Plus shows that have come out in this phase. At number 2, it is, I loved it. As soon as I watched it, I'm not kidding you, the next day I rewatched it because I had so much fun with it. I'm looking forward to more special presentations, and I love my final thing to say about it is I love the fade to color. And I love that the red during the entire thing, only the Bloodstone was the only color they had until the fade back to full color towards the end. And I just said, I'm looking forward to seeing these characters again. And I'm looking forward to seeing the supernatural side. We haven't seen a lot of that with Marvel. Werewolf by Night is single-handedly like one of the best things to come out of this entire phase. I have it at number 2.
Like you guys said, I'm really happy that we're all on the same page when it comes to the top 2. Werewolf by Night. I mean, damn, dude. Talk about surpassing your expectations. I mean, like Woodruff said, this is something I didn't even know was coming out. I saw no press for it, no previews. I find out from you, Aaron, that it was coming out. Damn, yeah, I'll check it out. And holy shit, I watched this by myself at night, and I was immersed the entire time. I did not want to leave, and I knew it was only like an hour, but I was like, damn, this hour went by too quick. Such a great story, man. And like you said, shout out to the Black and White, man, because like it just kept me engaged. It really just kept me engaged. Like the premise of the story, like you said, Aaron, about monster hunters all meeting at one place. The Bloodstone, great concept. I'm really hoping that this is something that Marvel learns from, because this was where, at least for me, I was kind of on a cold streak with Marvel. This was shortly after She-Hulk ended, and Thor: Love and Thunder wasn't amazing. I didn't really like Miss Marvel, but this was a nice breath of fresh air, an amazing take on the monster movie, if you want to call it that, for the Marvel side of it. Just so nice, and action slash gore, like you guys were mentioning, seeing that on the Disney Marvel side of it was so fucking refreshing, dude. So nice to see. It's just something now that we're talking about it, I want to watch it again, and I might even do that after we're done here. But it's just such hit the
I was
vibe
thinking
so
the
well.
same thing. I'm going to rewatch it right after.
Yeah, see, it's just like it's so fucking good, and dude, it's an hour. How about Feige takes notes on this, and instead of giving us in 6 or 7 episode show that is a chore, why not just make Echo and Agatha a special presentation? Because dude, you can fit it all in an hour.
Yes, or just don't make Echo or Agatha.
Yeah, please, or that. But
Spare us.
for just something I didn't hear about, and for something that I found out last minute, this was such a banger. Obviously, except for number one, the best thing Marvel has put out since probably Endgame, low key, other than number one. But damn, what a banger! This is something I would, if it was on, I'll definitely watch. But that is Werewolf by Night at number 2.
Number one, we all have it. We all knew it. First thing in Phase 4, Spider-Man, No Way Home. Good God, we went to this movie together, right? All of us did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I think we had like 2 rows of just all of the boys just sitting there, bro. I have never fucking cried so many times in a movie, bro.
Oh, yeah.
When Aunt May dies, I fucking cry. When he's like sitting on the fucking roof thinking about Aunt May and J. Jonah's talking to him, I'm crying. When Andrew Garfield saves Zendaya, I'm fucking crying. I'm like, dude, holy heartstrings. Like when they're talking about their Uncle Ben's, I'm fucking crying, dude. All of my childhood is just like in front of my face, dude. What can I say? You get fucking Doc Ock, Electro, Sandman, Green Goblin, the Lizard, fucking just like it's everything you could fucking want. Like I don't give a fuck about all the people on Twitter that like it's only a good movie because cameos. Fuck you. Fuck you. If you're that guy on Twitter, fuck you. This movie is fucking cinema. Like Andrew Garfield, when he comes through the portal and they're saying, Peter, you are like, holy fuck. And then the second that fucking other portal comes through and Toby motherfucking Maguire comes through there, dude. Holy shit. The whole fucking theater was just fucking clapping at that point, bro. I have never seen such an audience engagement in a fucking movie theater. Given that we live in the middle of nowhere, the fact that that place was basically sold out is fucking insane. I don't know. I'll let you guys talk about it. I'm talking about it. I'll let you guys add to it, bro.
Well, okay. Not surprising to anybody. My number one is Venom, Let There Be Carnage. And no, I'm playing. It's Spider-Man No Way Home, of course. And you've already made amazing points. But I just want to say just that rooftop scene where he's ready to press that button, just send him home. He doesn't want to listen. And even Andrew says, like, I know what you're going through. He says, you have no idea. And he just kind of he can't tell him, I literally watched the love of my life break her neck. I did not save her. And it just choked me up. And just look at it this way. Spider-Man No Way Home, I had a lot of expectations for, along with Doctor Strange. And the difference was I was let down with Doctor Strange. And even with my crazy expectations for Spider-Man No Way Home, it somehow surpassed it. And I just really this was an Endgame level event. And everybody wanted to see Toby back. Everybody wanted to see Andrew back. And, there was so much talks. Can you even get those motherfuckers in the same room? And just it in my opinion, I think it is the best Spider-Man movie to ever be released. I believe that this is a love letter to the
100%.
character. 3 actors who have all portrayed it, all have felt a part in their own versions, all brought back to support and end Tom Holland's trilogy. And just so much perfect things, not overly comedic. The action was amazing. Willem Dafoe, they got everybody back. And, no unnecessary recast or anything like that. They paid. And the CGI, I don't know how, you got to think, this was also filmed during COVID. This was on the tail end of the pandemic. And so there's, you see a lot of people on Twitter talking about, blinded by nostalgia, or, oh my God, it has terrible CGI. And I think it's just the people that just don't realize how far we've come as comic book movie lovers. We went from, fan four stick to this, man, like even further back, our first Marvel movie was Howard the Duck, to coming back and seeing 3 on-screen Spider-Man all together. And just this, in my opinion, is the highlight of Phase 4.
I couldn't have said it best, and I want to give you guys your credit on what you said. For everyone on Twitter and for everyone after all the hype died down that this movie was only good for the cameos, go fuck yourself, because you're just trying to go against the tide. You're trying to be different. Because Woodruff, like you said, this was an event. And I saw crowd engagement at the movie theater that I've never seen in a movie theater before. The portal scene when Andrew and Toby both come out. I mean, even, some people that I know that aren't even big on superhero movies went to go see this movie. And this movie is just a testament to show, although, for the last hour or so we've been kind of shitting on Marvel, this movie just shows how far ahead they are of the competition and of everyone else, because, dude, we got three different generation of Spider-Man all on one screen, when for years we couldn't even get a fucking Hugh Jackman cameo in the MCU, but Feige somehow managed to put it together. We got it, and such a great film. I mean, is it blasphemous to say that Willem Dafoe did better in this movie as the Green Goblin than he did in the original? Is that blasphemous?
No, not at all.
Absolutely not. No.
Because, god damn, that whole apartment fight scene, right? When Spidey, or Peter Parker's Spidey sense is starting to go off, right? Bone chilling. Straight goosebumps watching that. And just the tenseness, the beeping on the Stark reactor that Electro has on his chest, and he knows something's up. And then the instant transformation from Norman Osborn to the Green Goblin. Willem Dafoe absolutely kills it. Has amazing quotes in this movie as well. I mean,
I could go for a burrito.
Yeah. It's just, he kills it, man. And that's just on Willem Dafoe. Not only, I mean, we got to see Tobey Maguire again. And Andrew Garfield, although his movies were shit, it was so fucking nice to see him. It was so exciting to see him.
Movies redeemed him. Like, he was a great Spider-Man, but his movies were shitly written. This makes everyone want to see Amazing Spider-Man 3. There's not a single soul that doesn't want to see that movie.
Yeah, I'm first in line for that. Like you said, those movies were complete shit. This movie saved it and revitalized him. Like you said, everyone wants Amazing Spider-Man 3 now. Like, I'll be first in line to watch that shit. But I mean, I'm just saying, man, like, for all the stuff that Marvel's given us that has been just mid, this movie was once in a lifetime event. And even after all the hype, dude, and all the Twitter warriors trying to go against the tide, this is an amazing film. And whether it's the greatest Spider-Man film of all time, it's between that and Spider-Man 2. It's too tight for me to call, but Phase 4, man, this is the creme de la creme of the phase, the best, not even close, and just amazing, All the, got Jamie Foxx, Alfred Molina, Willem Dafoe, Tobey Maguire. I mean, Woodruff, like you mentioned, we didn't even talked about Matt Murdock, Daredevil, making his MCU appearance for the first time, and finally we get to see Peter Parker. It sets up the Peter Parker, the humble Peter Parker, the broke Peter Parker. It's just, I could go on and on, and we could make this like 2 hours long just talking about how great this movie is, but that's what I have at number 1, as we all do. Just couldn't have said it any better, like you guys said. Alright, those are our rankings for all of the Phase 4 projects of the MCU. Comment your rankings down below, as I'm sure yours are way different compared to ours. I want to give a special shout out to Aaron and Woodruff for taking time out of their day to discuss this with me. And a double thank you and shout out to Woodruff for also providing the sick thumbnail for this video. While you're at it, go subscribe to his channel and check out his content. He's got some great stuff over there. I want to thank you for tuning in, especially those who made it all the way towards the end. And as always, like and subscribe, and we will catch you later.